Eden Hazard. Is he the most influential player in the Premier League at the moment?
I would probably say, yeah.
Right now, there is no better player in the Premier League.
One character you cannot miss is Eden Hazard. You know, he's probably the best player in the Premier League right now.
That's how highly we think of him. I believe he's one of the best players in the world.
I love watching him play. He's dynamic. If you were a defender, I think if you said who would you rather not play against, he'd be in the top one or two of every defender.
The main man coming soon. Hazard. Awful lot of room between he and the goal. Coquelin doing his best to stay with him. He had no chance. Still Hazard. And still Eden Hazard! Yeah! Oh! My goodness me! Here's Hazard. Still going. Back for Eden Hazard!
Diego Costa. Eden Hazard! Glorious goal!
Based on how you're playing right now, are you the best player in the world at the moment?
Again? Yes.
There was a time when Eden Hazard was one of the most feared players in England. Every time he touched the ball, defenders panicked.
Who is the hardest Premier League player opponent you've ever faced?
Hazard.
Every time he ran forward, you held your breath. And in his prime, he wasn't just good, he was untouchable. But just how good was Eden Hazard's prime? To really understand, you have to go back to his time at Lille, because his prime wasn't just about what he did on the pitch. It was also about how close we were to never seeing it at Chelsea at all. You see, Hazard's move to Chelsea almost never happened. In 2012, Europe's biggest clubs wanted him. Manchester United, Manchester City, Real Madrid. Everyone thought he'd join one of them.
The last year with Lille in France, I had all manager trying to call me or my agent, so I had a chat with Sir Alex Ferguson. I spoke with Harry Redknapp. That time he was the manager in Tottenham. I went to Manchester to see the Man City training run, and I spoke with, I think at that time was Mancini. So I had like few options, but not Chelsea, you know, because the last year in Lille, Chelsea was in the league was not that good. In the league, you were like 6 or 7, I don't remember. So, and me, I knew I was leaving France to go in Premier League, but not Chelsea because I wanted to play Champions League.
But then Chelsea won the Champions League, and on top of that, Joe Cole also tried convincing Eden Hazard to join Chelsea.
It was at the time we were playing together at Lille when he was Man United were courting him, Man City were courting him, you know, and we just had chats about, you know, where to go. All the big teams, everyone wanted him, and I just said to him, listen, have you thought about Chelsea, ain't you? And he sort of intimated they was, and I said, I think it's for you. I said, I think you'll settle in London because it's cosmopolitan, but you know, and also I said, listen, if you ever get homesick, you could just jump on the train and you're back in Brussels in 5 minutes. So I think all of it come into it, and he come in. I think he fell in love with the club, he fell in love with London, and I think his family are very settled and he's very happy.
That's how close Chelsea came to losing him, and that decision changed Premier League history. And from that moment, Hazard didn't just join Chelsea, he defined it. And what followed were some of the most jaw-dropping moments the Premier League has ever seen, like his solo goal against Arsenal on February 4th, 2017.
Good header from Costa. Now Hazard. Awful lot of room between he and the goal. Coquelin doing his best to stay with him. He had no chance. Still Hazard. And still Eden Hazard! Yeah! Oh! My goodness me! The genius comes up with another moment of magic.
Or even the time Hazard traumatized the whole Arsenal fan base by scoring a brace against them in the Europa League final.
And he may well have secured the trophy for the Blues. How fitting is that? Eden Hazard, cool as ice. And here goes Hazard, and he's found Giroud. Angle's not great, worked it back to Eden Hazard! Name on the trophy.
Hazard was left out on the wing, no one was tight enough to him, and everybody else was just playing around.
Look at some, I mean, you compare Hazard, who's their main guy, and the performance he put in tonight to Ozil's performance.
That's the difference between having a talisman who turns up like that and can change the game.
You can't give Eden Hazard space. It's been proven time and time again. If you don't get tight to him, he makes you pay. He was running through, making us look stupid.
And the most impressive thing was that Hazard was this good without even working hard in training.
We were playing West Ham and we're kind of talking tactics and we're talking about West Ham, and Hazard's going, why are we doing stuff about West Ham? Who plays for West Ham? Like, I couldn't name one player. Just give me the ball and I'll go and score 2 goals and we'll win the game.
Hazard's got some space here. And off he goes, through the gears, through the players, into the net. genius. There's no other word to describe him. He's the best around. Eden Hazard with another moment of individual brilliance.
You know, it's incredible. It's really incredible. It's interesting, Ryan. We've spoken a lot on this podcast. You know, John speaks really eloquently about Eden Hazard.
Oh yeah.
Trained like shit, but on a Saturday, the best player.
You know,
like, I'm not saying anything that we haven't said.
The first time when I read about that, I was so surprised because he was never injured in Chelsea.
No.
Always played. No. Yeah. And I would think, I wanted to know, like, what is his training formula in the gym? What does he do, right? I was so surprised because I played eventually at Besiktas with Dembaba. Yeah. And Dembaba started saying like, oh no, he's the laziest guy. I'm like, I don't believe that. No way.
Oh, he's the laziest guy.
Really?
I mean, no, never seen anyone, but yeah. And it's
just pure talent.
Yeah, just pure talent. Wow. It just shows then he comes up on a Saturday and he just produces magic after magic and just, you know, score goals, gets assists, you know, go past people very easily. But then you're thinking, where the hell did he get the energy, the training to be able to do that? Because obviously we're trained to be able to perform like that on the weekend. Exactly. But he just does it. You know, he does those things so freely.
While some people like to point at 2018-19 as Hazard's peak, the truth is, his prime was his entire Chelsea career. From the moment he arrived until the day he left, he was the player defenders feared most. He turned the Premier League into his own playground.
People in love with football in this country, people must be in love with Eden Hazard.
I think Eden is one of the best players in Europe and one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, for me he is. He's maybe the most important player for Chelsea.
Inspirational. He's a magnificent player. You can see how he started the season and the World Cup that he had. He's a you don't get many players like him. You know, he's capable of magic at any moment.
I'm proud to have him in my team, in my squad. And I'm very happy to work with him. I'm one of the best players in the world.
I've known it since the day Eden Hazard arrived at Chelsea. I could see the potential, the natural ability.
You can switch on the TV, look at him, and you immediately realize his qualities.
I thought that Hazard was one of the best players in Europe, but now I'm changing my mind because maybe he is the best now.
And I love watching him. And you don't have to be a Chelsea fan to say that. I absolutely love watching him.
In his prime, he was the best player in the league for like 4 years, maybe 3 to 4 years. The best player in the league he was. Not going to be backed up by, if a youngster's never seen Eden Hazard and didn't know and tried to look at the stats.
You had to be, is that one of those things you had to be?
You have to see him.